So hello everyone, in this video tutorial we'll learn about the Java enumeration. So what do you mean by a Java enumeration? A Java enumeration in a single term, in a simple term, we can just give it ordinary definition as a collection of similar constants. It's a data type which consists of similar constant values. For example, we have direction. Direction can be a variable, right? That variable may have only 4 values. One is the north, east, south, west. So this kind of thing is known as what? Is known as we can keep this direction as an enumeration, because enumeration is a data type which can hold only 4 specific constant as values. Similarly, one season, see here in my screen, I'll show this program, but let me explain the basics of the enumeration first. What is this season? Season is an enumeration, and this enumeration is given with the keyword enum. So enum is the keyword for providing the enumeration, and it has 4 values: winter, spring, summer and fall. Yes, so a Java enumeration is nothing but it's a data type which consists of fixed set of constants. Yes, it can be used for, suppose, the days of week. Days of week may be a constant, na? Then this particular variable data type, days of week, may have only Sunday, Monday, Tuesday till Saturday as a constant values. It cannot have anything beyond that, right? Similarly, we have for the directions. A direction can be either what? Either north, south, east or west. Similarly, we have seasons. It may be spring, summer, winter, autumn or fall. And similarly, you have colors. Suppose in a particular workshop you are using only these colors, so red, yellow, blue, green, white and black. So these are the example that when we can select a particular enumeration. So whenever a data type is there, we are going to create a data type with the fixed number of constants. We can use the enumeration. Yes, so the naming convention for enumeration is that the constant should be given always in the bold letters. See, these capital letters are used for that. Always capital letters are used, uppercase letters are used. So winter, spring, summer and fall are all of the constants which can determine the season. And that's why you make it in a enumeration. So how the enumeration is defined? Same as a class. See this public enumeration season, then it is given with this value, opening bracket with the curly bracket and closing with the curly bracket. You can provide a semicolon over here, that will go through later. So this enumeration is started in Java in Java, I think the Java version of 1.5 onward, the enumeration is there. So if you learned Java before that, you might have not learned about the Java enumerations. So what are these? Winter, spring, summer and fall. So see this enumeration, how to use this enumeration, we see that you put this enumeration inside a class. So one thing is clear to you, that one enumeration can be put inside a class. Otherwise it's also possible that one enumeration can be put outside of the class. That will come later. So for the time being, we are seeing an enumeration, a public enumeration which you have provided inside the class. What is the name of the class? Enum example. There within the public static void main, we are traversing the enumeration. How you are traversing? How you are accessing the enumeration constants? By using this for each loop. What this for loop defines? It provides, see this season, the name of the enumeration, and there are variable is created. Temporal variable which will be available within the block of the for loop only. The name of the variable is s. And then we are doing what? We are getting the values. Values is a method which is assigned to each and every enumeration is Java. So you don't need to define this method. This method is available with each and every enumeration in Java. Java compiler provides that. So when we are writing season dot values, we are calling this method using the name of the particular enumeration. Then one by one the data will be fetched. So first winter will be fetched and s will print this value by using system.out.println, and then spring will be print. Then after spring we will put the summer, and then we'll print the fall. So if you execute that, see this, one by one these values will be printed: winter, spring, summer and fall. Got it? So this is your first program with what? With the enumeration. Now we have many programs. We'll just go through with one by one. All these programs we'll learn one by one. See, now we'll go to the next program. What is the next program we have? We have this is as the next program. See, I'll just keep one program in front of your screen so that you don't get confused. And I'm not typing this program to save the time, correct? So here we have another class enum example 1, and here also we have a enumeration. Name of the enumeration is season. It also has the 4 values, correct? Now, what we are doing basically here, again, we are printing this value. So up to this level, up to line number 22 to line number 30, the last program and this program is exactly same. But what we are doing extra over here, we're just trying to show that what's the use of value of method. Last time you have seen the values method, na? Here also you have seen the values method over here, which is already available by the Java compiler whenever an enumeration is created. So each enumeration is attached with three methods: value, value of, and ordinal method. So you are seeing that how this ordinal method, value of method, and values method can be used in Java enumeration. Keep this in mind that ordinal method is used to get the index of any constant which is residing inside a enumeration. So to fetch the index of a enumerations constant, we can use the ordinal method. Similarly, value of method will provide the value. See here how we are using this. Value of winter is printed using the value of winter. So winter will be printed in the output screen. Now in the next line, what you are doing, season dot value of winter dot ordinal. So what we'll do, wherever the winter is provided in this enumeration, there it will provide what, it will provide its index. Similarly, for summer, its index will be printed. See, if we print, what will happen? It will print like this: winter, spring, summer, and fall, due to this line, because we are executing this line also. So due to this line, this particular print is given as the last program. Now we are getting this output. Value of winter is winter, and these indexes are being provided here, 0 and 2, because we are using this ordinal method over here. Yes, so that's another 3 methods you learned in this particular example. Correct? What are these methods? You learned about the value method, value of method, and ordinal method. These 3 methods, all total, you learned from the Java enumeration. Now in this particular example, we'll see how Java enumerations can be defined outside of the class. Yes, that's possible. One Java enumeration can be defined outside the class. In the last 2 examples, you have seen that enumerations can be defined only inside the class, but it can be defined outside the class also. See here the example. Here the enumeration season is provided outside of the class in Enum example. So from the Enum example, in the same way like the last one, we are just accessing the items of enumeration. How we are giving these values, winter over here. So this, yes, and we are going to print this. Then it will print winter only. Now you have an assignment right now. Use this particular example and try to see that how value of, and ordinal methods can be used in this particular program. So open your browser or open the online compiler or open the Eclipse or NetBeans or any other IDEs which you are using, and try to modify this program. This is how we'll learn together. This particular PDF has all these programs which is provided to you with the all explanations and all, even with the output. Yes, so you can just go through with that and can get the complete understanding. I'll share this PDF with you in this particular video's description. What's the purpose of the values method in enumeration? This values method is internally added, yes, by the compiler. Yes, it will return an array containing all the values of enumeration. So one by one, for each loop was fetching from, in the last program you have seen, the for each loop was fetching that, and it was giving those values. See, these values will get all the values, right? So one by one we are fetching using the variable s over there. So what is the purpose of the value of method? Yes, it is also internally added by the Java compiler. Yes, it will return the value of given constant enumeration. So whatever the name you will give, that will be fetched back. So ordinal method, what's the use of that? It is also internally provided, as I told before, and it will give the index, returns the index of the enum value. Yes, so 2 ways are there to define the enumeration. One is without giving the semicolon over here, which you are using till now before, and by the second way is to provide a semicolon over here. So generally we don't provide the semicolon, okay? Yes, we just write it down like this. The way we are writing, that's the best way. That's the most popular way to define an enumeration. So how the Java enumerations are defined outside of the class, this particular program which was just explained. So all these things are provided in this PDF. You will get this PDF very soon into the Java description box, and you can download that and you can learn from there. That will be used as a class note for you also. And if you are studying in a school or in a college, then that can be your added benefit, that you are learning something from here and that you are getting over there also in the form of the PDF. Well, so here we'll learn with the Java Enums next example, that is how enumerations can be defined inside So here I have to comment this last program which I have not commented. So it is showing that there are two examples of the same name, so it will be working now. So what we are displaying over here, we are displaying that we have written a enumeration inside the class. Now see, the semicolon is optional, but now I have shown it over here. Yes, and it will be executing very well. Yes, because we are printing just the season. So here the example is to show that how enumeration can be defined inside the class, as well as how to use this semicolon. This is another definition of enumeration. We can define the enumeration with this semicolon or without this semicolon, as I have shown before. Yes, so we'll keep this semicolon. Well, so that was another program we have learned. So basically we'll now go to the next program. Let me just comment out these things. Now I'll take off the comment from this program. So it will give you, like, in small time you can learn more programs. That's how these things is made for. But unfortunately the comment is somewhere else. It's not giving the comment. If I execute that, could not get the main class. So they are not getting this particular example here. So this is the first program. Here we have commented, here we have commented also, here also we have commented, there, here also we have commented. Oh, here is the problem. Well, so now this has come up. So now we have another enumeration. What's the enumeration name? Enumeration season, correct? And it has the values. The new thing you're seeing over here, this line is new to you, correct? Yes. Also you can see that there is something like constructor is being used over here. So this example is different example of specifying initial value of two enumeration constant and the enumeration methods. Not method, is the constructor actually. We're seeing that how we are provided over here. How to use this constructor, sorry. So cut it up. Cut this part. It will make you confused. Well, so whenever you are creating an enumeration over here and you are writing the values here, these are the values now, winter, spring, summer and fall. These are the constant values of the enumeration, correct? When we'll give the first bracket and provide some values over there, it means that these values will call the constructor of the enumeration season. Yes, an enumeration can have a constructor, and this is the single parameterized constructor with an integer value. So you have to define this constructor. Have you defined? Yes. If you don't define this as a private, automatically Java compiler will make it private. All constructor of enumerations are what? Private by default by the compiler. If you don't make it private, automatically it will be private. Well, now we're learning about the private season is a constructor. So we are learning about the constructor which can be resides inside the enumeration. So season is a constructor. This constructor has an integer value. Integer as an argument, and this value is an integer variable is assigned with this value, correct? This value is being assigned to this particular variable. That's it. Yes. Now what you're doing over here is all the same thing. You are printing the value of s is equals to s dot value. That's it. Nothing different. Nothing much. Yes. Correct. The values are getting it will get each and every values, right? One by one we are fetching that, and you are printing this. Printing the value and then giving a space and then giving this particular value which you are passing. So how this value is being obtained? By using the value, this particular variable which is resides, this also comes automatically. Yes, this also comes what? Automatically. This value is not a particular thing which you need to create. Just to write over value over here, assign the value over there, then automatically this variable of season enumeration can operate on that. Yes, and it's very simple. It's a very simple Java logic that you can definitely use the value over there. You can change the name, then you have to change the name over here. It's like that. It's a very basic Java, variable access. The same thing is rule is applied over here. So s is the value, that is this particular value. That value will be winter, spring, summer and fall. So whenever this particular values are created, constants are created, it will call the constructor. So this constructor will set the value, this corresponding value for winter, this 10 value for the spring, 15 as the value for the summer, 20 as the value of fall. So each and every variables will return this particular value. See, winter is given 5, spring is given 10, summer given 15, fall is given 20. So it's such a simple thing. So you can see that we don't need to use season within the bracket phi, no such things. If you just give the constant and within the bracket pass some value, that will be calling the constructor. That doesn't happen for the Java class constructor, right? So the new thing you are learning over here. So now we are seeing the next program over here. What's the program? This program will see that a new dimensions in Java enumeration. It's a completely new thing. So you can see that we have created a class enum example. There public static void main is there. From there we are printing that you are making it comment. So something is there inside. Now let's print name of each enumeration and their action. Enum.values example. How we are doing that? See, some array we are creating of some entity known as the traffic signal. So what is traffic signals? We are creating values. We are getting the values from something known as the traffic signal, and we are storing into the signals array, correct? What is that? Traffic signal is nothing but defined over here. It's an enumeration. Traffic signal is what? Is an enumeration. So for a bigger enumeration, you should supposed to define and should supposed to write in a separate file. If you just want to create an enumeration not within the class or outside of the class, then what you're supposed to do? Better that you always put it outside the class body and make it in a separate file. So we have made this traffic signal enumeration, created this traffic signal enumeration outside of this particular class in an example in a different file, not only outside the class, in a different file. So in this file, this enumeration is created traffic signal. It has the values red, green and orange. See here, it is passing this, it is calling the single parameterized constructor with the string value string. Green is calling with go, orange is calling the constructor using the value slow down. So there should be a traffic signals constructor. What is that? Here the constructor is there. Yes. How it is calling? See this, a string argument it is taking, and that is storing the value to this particular string action. Correct, na? Since action is being whatever you are passing, that is stored in this particular variable, this action variable over there. So red is associated with the value wait, green is associated with the value go, and orange is associated with the value slow down using the single parameterized constructor of enumeration traffic signal, this constructor. Now we have a method over here. It's a new thing you're seeing, right? First time you're seeing that, yes, an enumeration can have a method defined inside its body. Like a class can have a method, an enumeration can also have a method inside. You are seeing it first time, correct? So this method returns string. It can return anything. It is returning here string. Get action is the name of the method. It's returning what? This dot action. Whatever the action is being put over here, that is being returned. So if you call the get action method, you will get this value. Red, for red, you will get wait, for green it will get go, and for orange it will be slow down. Definitely these things are used for traffic signals, correct? Well, when you're creating these signals, how this signal is an array, because it's an array, it can hold all the values of the traffic signal. That's why you're using the values method. These values methods are not user defined, it's a system defined method, right? As I told from the very first program, that is values is a particular Java compiler specified method provided to each and every enumeration, and it returns that the array of all the values which that enumeration has. So all the constant of the enumeration will be obtained in the signal. What are the values are there? Red, green and orange. So these values will be there into the signals. So if you get the signals, see this, from signals we are getting, you are obtaining each and every values. How? By using a variable. Any variable it can be. You can give the name S or your name or whatever it is. But this should be signals only, because you are retrieving from the signals array only. So from this array we are obtaining this array has all the values green, red, orange. From there, first you are obtaining in the first for iteration in using this first for loop the first value, that is red. I think red it is. Yes, red. So red you are getting. So the name, you will print this string into the output screen, then signal.name. So what is the name will be printed? The name which we have over there. Then signal.getAction. We are calling the getAction method. GetAction method will return what? The value over here, because this value, this wait, go and slow down is provided over here. Correct? Now it is being called by this constructor, and this action consists of wait for red, go for green and slow down for orange. So that's what being printed. If you call this signal.name is what? Red first, and then we have in the next is green, I think, correct? Is it? Yeah. Then it will be green, and then it will be in the next iteration it will be orange, and their action will be printed over there. What is the first action? Red is stop. No, red is what? Wait, na? let me check. Red is wait. Yeah, it is wait, then green is go, and orange is slow down. So wait is printed for red, go is green for go is printed for name, and slow down is given for the orange. See how it happens? It happens by this. Name you are printing, this particular part we are printing for each iteration. Then action also you are printing for each iteration. This part also you are printing for each iteration, and these things are getting fetched out. Yes, the name is the method which provides this back. Correct. And this get action is the main thing which I just want to show you. That is give you the what? The thing which is being returned. The way we have defined this get action, we are getting this value wait, go, and slow down. And this name method is providing what? Signals name. That is, that signal is an array, right? Array.name. So it will give the value of the particular array. That's it. The red, green, and orange is being displayed. Yes. So this is the new concept which you learned over here. So this all the things are there in this particular PDF which you will get from the description of this video. Correct. Yes, here we are seeing about the constructor. See this how this constructor works. This particular program is being explained to you. See this here, this thing you can just go through at your home. You can understand this. This is the internal code generation by the compiler for the example of enumeration. See this all the enumerations. If you write down enum space season, then it becomes like a class actually. The class is final class, and it extends some another class known as the enumeration. These are the internally does by the Java compiler. Java compiler has an enum class, so that is being extended actually, and that's why it is overriding each and every methods. See here, these are overriding these values and this value of and all these methods, and this constructor, default constructor, which is passing. If you pass these things will be calling the super method. There is an enumeration method, and the values will be set up. And when writing that particular constant values, winter, summer, constant values, it will be all static and final. That's why you can call directly by the name of the class. Correct? No, actually it is you are calling by the name of the class, right? Season dot winter you are writing now. So season is class name dot winter means it's a static variable. You can call it by using the class name. So that class and static member variables concept is coming up over here. Similarly, when you're writing this values array, the same thing is coming. Static final. See, it's a static block is being created by the Java compiler. Inside, you don't know these things. These things will be done by the Java compiler. So winter is getting new season, winter 0 and 10. These values are being put. 1, summer is 120. So these values are being put over there for this particular program, because we have passed winter within the bracket 10 and summer within the bracket 20. So these things is being done internally by the Java compiler. So these things, if you wish to get in detail about the Java compilers working, you can go through. Otherwise, you can skip this particular part. I'm not forcing you that. You should supposed to go through, because this is something done inside the class, through the Java compiler, and it's an inside matter of the Java compiler. You don't need to get inside and dig into this. But still, if you're curious, if you're interested, go through that. That's better. So how to create the instance? By using a new keyword. See this? See how to use this? See this, in this way we can create that. Yes, we can see that. Okay, instance of enumeration, no, that's not possible. Now enumeration instance cannot be created. Why tell me? Because I told you just before that, whenever go to over here, last example was here. Yes, so this particular constructor is by default private. Now even if you don't write private, it is by default private, correct? So as it is by default private, then what will happen? Then definitely a private constructor cannot be called from outside. So you cannot use a new keyword. This prevents what? This prevents new keyword use and the creation of objects of an enumeration. So Java in this way, because it is private, that's why we can never create an object of the enumeration. So we'll see that how enumeration can be used for the switch statement. This is the last program, and we'll complete this particular example with the enumeration. So how to apply enumeration on a switch statement. So this particular program also we have made it over here. So I'll just comment this part, and this things will be done. This enumeration topic with a basic level topic we'll cover in this way. Sorry, here it's not required. Here it's required. and we'll comment back at the bottom. Yes. So now we have these classes. Example of applying enumeration in a switch statement. We are learning that how enumeration can be used on a switch statement. It's very easy actually. It's more than easy. See, one enumeration you have created inside the class enum example, correct? Oh my god, I have to remove this. Now, inside the enumeration, the name of the enumeration is day, and it consists of the weekdays, Sunday to Saturday. As simple as that. Now, what we're doing over here, day space the day as a variable of enumeration is created. Object we cannot create for the enumeration, so variable can be created, which hold the value Monday. Okay, the first one hold the value Monday. Now we are putting that variable inside the switch statement, like integer variables we can pass, or character variables we can pass, or string variables we can pass inside the switch statement, right? We are passing an enumeration value over here, and we are seeing that if the case is matching or not. So case is Sunday. It's not matching, right? So Sunday will not be printed. It will break if the Sunday is matched. So Sunday is not matched. It will not get inside the line of 132 and 133. The case Monday will match, correct? So in that particular case, what will happen? It will get inside line number 135 and it will print Monday. Then it will break out of the switch statement. So only line number 135 and 136 will execute because this case is matched. Line number 132, 133 will be not executed, and line number 137, sorry, Monday. So yeah, so this lines will not be executed. 132 and 133 will not be executed. So what will be printed over here? This particular line's execution 135. As we are giving the break statement over here, it will break over there. It will not go to the default. So only Monday will be printed there. Yes. See, I have given the break as a commented over there. Then what will happen actually? This particular case will be executed. Along with that, the default will be always executed. So Monday and other day is printed. So better to give break because we just want to print if something matches with the particular case. So Monday will be printed here. So this is the basics of the Java enumerations. This is the basic about the enumerations in Java. It's a very widely used concept for the advanced programmer. Actually, for the basic programmers, they most probably don't know about this concept. So if this video makes you learn about the enumeration, if you feel like this video is adding values to your Java learning, then please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.